Welcome to Millionaire Mindset X. We are here for yet another episode. And you know what we do at this on this podcast is we bring people to the table for multiplied conversations. Here, we do not gatekeep. We give you access, and it's my mission to help you shift your mind from lack to abundance. I am your host, your girl, your favorite sister, Fire Ash. And if you're ready to take your mindset to the next level, I just want to say, hey, friend, welcome to the table. Today, I have with me my newfound sis, Emoni, and I am so excited for you to learn about her. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and then I'm going to let her take the stage. So, Emoni says that a shy algorithm hates to see her coming. She helps business owners in home decor, home fragrance, and helps them to show up authentically online without burning out through strategic reels and meta ads. But I know there's so much more to her that's about to unfold on tonight. And so if you could, sis, tell us, who are you beyond the bio?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me as a guest. Like, this is such an honor, and we clicked from the beginning, so I already knew.
I was like, oh yeah, this is my friend.
No, like, for sure. Remember, I even thought you were from the DMV. I said, oh girl, you live down the street. She was like, oh no.
And I promise you, I think the Lord might be telling me something, because I kid you not, it was like 7 people who have asked me, are you from the DMV? And I'm like, maybe I need to be.
Yeah, hello, come on down. So my name is Emoni, yes, and I go by M. And behind social media, I'm a community service girly. I love the community. I host a Friendsgiving every year. For the last 11 years, I've been hosting it consistently.
Oh, wow.
Where I give back to the community. And my friends know, like, November rolls around, they just hit me up like, all right, girl, when's Friendsgiving? Like, we ready, you know? Everybody comes, because I also believe in, if we are eating, everyone else has to eat too.
That's
so
good.
Like, don't come to my house or anywhere without a can in your hand as well, you know? So I love to travel. Travel is very much number one in my life.
I love that.
Like, I haven't matured yet to travel to the cold, so we're gonna work on that. But I feel like vacation needs to be warm, you know?
Yeah,
so.
I feel that. It's vacation.
Right, hello, like, we are relaxing. Like, I don't need to be bundled up now. And then I'm a foodie. Like, I love food. Like, I can eat around the world, literally. Like, give me something one time, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it one time.
Okay.
Now, you know, whatever the reaction is, we just gonna hold it and try something else. You know?
I feel that.
Especially if I'm in other countries, I'm always gonna try their local food.
Yeah.
Because what are we there for? Like, we want to learn.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So before I jump into my questions on the subject of burnout, I actually want to know, so you are a travel girly, so I want to know, what is one of your favorite places that you have traveled to?
Oh, gosh, girl, I don't know if I could ever answer this question.
Okay,
Like,
what's
people
your
ask me
most
that all the
recent?
time.
What's your most recent?
Well, most recent was to Mexico.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not. Mexico was cool because I've been to Mexico at least 3 or 4 times. And I will say this time was special because, one, I celebrated my friend's bachelorette, so that's why I went. And then 2, one of my best friends and I, we went to go see the Chichen Itza, which is
What's
one
that?
of the 7 wonders. It's the temple.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen that temple, that pyramid that's in Mexico. So it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. And I literally was like, I've already crossed off. This is my 3rd wonder of the world out of the 7. So I was like, oh, if I go back to Mexico, it's got to mean something. So
Yeah.
we learned about, like, the Maya runes culture. And I'm probably going to butcher this, so I'm not even going to get there. But we learned a lot about the temple and the pyramid itself.
Yeah.
And it just was so cool, like, just to be there. And I was like, you know, at first you're like, I mean, it is a pyramid, just like anything. Like, when you go to Egypt, you're like, it's a pyramid. But,
Yeah.
like, it's pretty dope to just be there. Like,
Yeah.
especially be like one of the oldest pyramids. Like, yeah. So I will say, at least I was able to cross that off my bucket list. And that was her first time going. So
Aw.
she always says that I inspire her to travel and just to see new things about the world, because I just do it so effortlessly. And yeah, I love that. So that was
See,
special.
and that's why I'm gonna keep you in my circle, because I'm in the era of travel. Like, travel me, please, God. I don't even want to be here. Just keep sending me places, and I'm so excited because next month I have a break coming up, a vacation, and I'm going to the Dominican Republic. I'm so excited to get away from this desk. I'm so
Your
excited.
salsa on.
Okay, okay. I told myself I was gonna start learning a new language. Me and my Duolingo, we kind of broke my streak. It's okay though. It's all right. I
You
got
can
next
start.
month.
You can always start over. Listen, hello.
I
You can
got
always
next
start
month.
over.
I'll reload it next month. Yeah. But that is so cool that you love traveling. So, okay, I also want to ask one more question before the burnout.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also want to know what is one of like the most interesting meals that you've had in a different country?
Ooh, interesting. Interesting meals. I don't know if I really have anything like too interesting per se.
Uh-huh.
I think it's just like I don't. And I probably don't even know the name, so I'm not even going. I'm gonna just eat it.
Understood.
They'd be like, "It
Understood.
tastes like this." I'm eating. I think Egypt was probably the most interesting, but
Mm.
I've had like the lamb. I can't remember what the name of it is called, but I feel
Mm.
like I've had flavors of it before, like Mediterranean type of
Mm-hmm.
food. So
Yeah.
like it wasn't like too far fetched, but I knew the taste buds that I was looking for.
Yeah.
And most of the times, I'm always asking like. Haitian food is one of my favorites. Like if Jamaica
Mm.
didn't exist, then
Uh-huh.
because Jamaica's number one. Like I'm Jamaican, so I can't,
Right,
you
right.
know.
I feel that. I feel that.
So like Haitian food is definitely second. I've never been to Haiti, but I just know that if I'm ever there, I'm gonna have the time of my life. Okay. Um, but I will say, and I love me some Thai food too. Like
Yes.
I didn't do when I was in Thailand. I didn't do like no snails or crickets. I can't do it now.
Yeah.
But people do, and God bless. So.
And God bless. Yeah, no, snails, crickets, that doesn't sound like anything. I don't eat meat, so I definitely don't want to eat no snails or no crickets or no grasshoppers. I don't want to eat none of the people off of Mulan. I just
Like I don't. If you crawling, I don't. Well, I can't really say because I'm you eat some stuff that crawls.
So one of my questions that I want to ask you, because I know that beforehand we talked about a lot of stuff as far as your career, and I know that there's been a lot of transitioning within the last few years, and so I want to know, when you were younger, did you envision yourself doing what you're currently doing now, or did God come and do what Fresh Prince said, turn your life upside down?
Now you know the Lord does what the Lord does at every time. Okay, so the Lord is always gonna Lord. But no, I didn't see myself doing this. Like I first of all, I want
And
to
tell us
be
more about what you do.
Okay. So let me backtrack. So I just knew that I was going to be an attorney. Like that was it. Like I'm Caribbean. So growing up, a doctor, a lawyer, what was the other thing? Maybe a doctor and a lawyer. That's all we had. There was a few choices. So that was it. Like we didn't know, they knew nothing else. Like even my parents, I'm sure my parents have no idea what I do now. They just know that I do something and I love what I do. So and it's so funny because I was like, ask your parents, what do they think you do?
That's
And
hilarious. You the Tommy in your family?
no, seriously, like, because I be wondering, like, what do y'all tell y'all friends? Because, my mom's always hyping me up. But I was like, I'm going to challenge y'all. Go ask your parents, what do you tell people I do for work? I want to know.
Uh-huh.
So, but no, so I'm a social media strategist. I help the CEO and the founders that are tired and overworked and just need
Yes.
to build out a system to show up better and authentically on their social media without burnout, right? So we're creating systems that fit your life, your
Yeah.
boundaries. So whether everybody feels like, oh, I got to post every day, or I'm not doing this. Like I always say, do not create content out of fear and anxiety.
Yeah,
Because
that's good.
you're literally not even gonna love it. You're
Right.
literally just gonna be like, well, this is just up. You're not gonna want to engage. You don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But it's like I want to put the fun back into content again.
Yes.
I want to
Ooh.
be social media. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I think Threads, I'm so glad Threads came about too, because Threads made people social again.
Yes.
People are able to have conversations, people are able to engage. And
Yep.
that's really what Instagram used to be before all the algorithm foolishness,
Yep.
But I also feel like let's take the algorithm out the way and just show up authentically. Who are you?
Literally. Yes.
Who are you on this platform? Like,
Yeah.
forget about the big creators, because the big creators, they were one small at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
And take yourself out of it and just be like, okay, am I showing up? Am I showing up well? Am I representing who I want to represent? Am I getting the people? Am I targeting the people I want to target? Like,
Right.
who are these people that I want? You know, so that's really main thing. It's like I just want people to just show up authentically and have fun again. Like,
Yeah.
God, we used to love just to post and
Used
go and just, you know, we had our little pick stitch with our outfit and our shoes. Like,
That was me.
like social media used to be a time. Like, let's bring that back, please.
See, I love that you said making social media social again. I've been saying that a lot. Like, I just want to make social media fun again because, you know, we put this pressure. Social media became more salesy. Like, okay, I got to sell you something. I got to do something to get your attention, yada, 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 yada. And it's like, because we've put so many things around it, now it makes it harder for us to execute. And so when I work with my clients, I tell them social media and content creation is literally, you're making content every day. You just don't put the camera on. Once you put the camera on, you're showing people what you do. And so for me, I like to make content with ease. And it's so funny because my spiritual mom put in a chat, content, everything is content. And we sing this song all the time. Everything is content. Everything is content. And literally that's what it is. Like everything, your life is content. And I think we have to take off just the status, take off the status, take off the pressure, take it all off and just show up. And I love how you said show up authentically, because that's another thing I tell my clients, like, I want to show social media who you actually are, not who you want to pretend to be. Like, no, who are you? And let's showcase that. So I love that you said that.
So were you in my presentation yesterday? Because my headline is everything is content. Like literally. So
Come on.
like, okay, you there? Like, hold on. No,
tell me a little
literally.
bit more about, okay, tell me, since that was your headline, tell me a little bit more about, like, what were you saying during the power hour on that topic?
So I said everything is content because this is the thing, right? If it's already on your agenda, create from what's already there.
Thank you.
Like, create it.
Thank you.
Like me, I'm a co-work girly to the point where people are now asking to co-work with me because I'm always posting coffee shop. I'm posting because I love a change of scenery.
Yes.
So if it's already on your schedule, girl, pull that camera out, walk with it, chat, show around like what you got going on. This is content. This is it. A nice little hook, a point of view, and your point of view has to be from a lived experience.
Yes.
Because you are human.
Right.
And your point of view is from you as the human. You
right.
know? So show up in your lived experience as what this point of view is, you know? So that's what I was saying. Like coffee shops, whether you're pouring your coffee, drinking your water, shaking your little matcha, running. Like, listen, that is the content. And I think we overthink.
Yes.
Oh my God, I got to create content every day.
Yeah.
Every day, new content.
Yeah.
No. And not to mention, this is a little secret. Repeat yourself.
Period.
Because our attention span is already so low.
Yep.
Just because you said it last week, repeat it maybe in the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
Repeat it in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows. They're going to know that they heard it already. They're not going nowhere.
Exactly.
And then you're repeating yourself. Guess what? Repurpose the content.
Literally.
Repurpose it.
And that's something that I do, and that's also something that I was like, oh, Ashley, whenever I felt like I ran out of content, I'm like, girl, you got so much, just repurpose it. And then one thing about storytelling is that you can always reuse certain clips to tell the story that you're working on right now. So like, I want to give an example, but I'm be honest, that means I got to think, and so I'm not about to think. But you know what? Actually, I do have an example. Okay, so I remember I spoke at this event. I was on a panel, and I was talking about quitting my job and being an entrepreneur. And so I talked about a lot in this time, and I made sure I recorded it all. And so I'm talking, and yada, yada, yada. And so I can use this clip as showing the voice, like actually showing what I'm talking about, saying, just giving some sound bites from what I share, or I can use it by telling a story about how I quit my job as an entrepreneur. I mean, as a 9-to-5er, and became an entrepreneur, and I can use it as B-roll. There's so many ways for me to use this, and like you said, like they probably, first of all, you have to remember that not everybody sees your content the first time. And you might post a really, really good video and people just might not see it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to reintroduce it back to you. It's a lot of bigger creators who be reintroducing videos over and over again. Like, but if you go and pay attention to their profile, they already put this video out. But they got more traction because they put it out again.
Yep. And then the thing is, I am a big believer, and I know a lot of people are like, well, if it's not doing well, I want to delete it. Do not delete
Thank
the
you.
content.
Yes.
Don't archive it. Leave it alone. Leave it
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Because one thing, reels are just gonna reel. They just gonna go.
Real is just go real.
It's just go. You know what I mean? Like they're just out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
They might pop up again, and the next thing you know, you're like, dang, this reel doing some numbers. You
Yes.
don't know. So leave it alone. Because yeah, maybe you were the only person that reposted it. Okay, you don't know what's gonna happen later. And then you
Right.
can look back and be like, I remember when I had that video. Now you can
Yes.
take that same video. Now maybe Instagram has a new feature or whatever it may be. You can throw a nice little hook on it, throw something over it, tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really about the tweaks. Like,
Yeah.
and then here you go. Post it again.
You know, I just think it's so cool that you're saying this because, I didn't go to school for social media. I just I literally created a profile on TikTok and I said, we're going to play with what we have. And I told myself literally a few years ago, I said, I'm going to make this an experiment where I start with no followers and I'm going to see if I can really grow followers based off of me just doing content creation. And over the course of time, like obviously I've learned things as I go, but I think one of the biggest things is that, like you said, I allow the stuff to just stay on. Because I remember I had looked like a week ago on TikTok and I looked at a video from the past that I made like maybe 2 years ago. And I looked at it, I was like, dang, it's got 400 likes. Like when did it get these likes? And I forgot about the video completely. It's another video I posted last year. I was on a cruise and I just posted this funny video of me just being everywhere. And I looked at it, like I just went back to it because I think it might have had like maybe 5, 10 likes on Instagram. Instagram sometimes they don't really like the like. That's okay. They're a little selfish. I'm gonna earn their trust. But I looked back at it one day and I was like, dang, it's got over 100 likes. Like people really like this video. Like what? And so like you said, like you never know what people may tune into. And then another thing I like to tell people is that to me, social media is a credibility builder because you can go into a room and you can network and you can say, hey, I do this thing. Like, or you can say something like, hey, I do music, or I'm a content creator, I'm a coach, yada, yada, yada. I'm a podcaster. And people oftentimes, they're not just going to take you at your word. They want to see some kind of credibility to match up with what the words you have said. And so I tell my clients, like, make sure your profile, even if you're not getting 80,000 likes, make sure your profile shows you're credible in the thing that you say you can do. Because it's almost like a portfolio. Like it's a portfolio of showing you this is how I show up. And so even with the podcasting, I told one of my people, I was like, yeah, I'm pivoting from just doing media to getting back into speaking. I said a part of my strategy with me doing the podcast was I need people to see, no, she does this. Like she's a speaker. This is what she does. And so the things that I have coming down the pipeline, it won't be new information to y'all because y'all already seen this is how she shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, authentic.
Yeah.
Genuine, kind.
Easy. Yes.
Like, and it's so funny because you literally said content with ease, and that was also another topic.
Wow.
That's why I was saying, I don't know if you saw my face. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, like, and like the thing is, I use anything to Instagram because clearly I use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is still a little choppy. We still working through that. I use TikTok and I use Threads and Instagram, right? So Threads I'm on very consistently, and Instagram, of course. Use whatever Instagram comes out with, use it. Like if they have their Instagram edits, I use edits all the time. It's so simple. Like sit down and just learn edits. They're literally adding features all the time. Like new features. So if you're using CapCut, which CapCut, not so much. I feel like they had a copyright issue a while back where I was like, and they can kind of remove some of your videos too. So it's like,
I noticed that from some of my friends telling me.
Yep. So it's like, I'd rather not. Let me just stick to Instagram. It's already in the app. It's embedded. They know what they're doing. They following the rules somewhere out there,
They follow the rules.
Yeah, like let me do it. So I've been using that, and it's simple, easy. It's free. Like
it's
we love
free.
it free 99.
Yeah.
Like start there. Like I don't even get like I'm no video editor. I'm none of that, but I do what I can until I'm able to outsource.
Right.
And be like, okay, bet I'm going to package this nice and neatly.
Yeah.
Here you go. You know what I mean? But do what you can until you're able to delegate.
That's good. Oh,
you know what I mean?
And so, and what did
And
we write? We wrote delegate,
hello,
delegate. We
you
go
have to.
delegate.
And one thing I was also going to say too is Instagram loves when we disrupt their timeline, right? So, and I say this like when you're starting your videos, it's silly, but like keep your phone down, hit record, pick up your phone, walk with your phone, wind your window down, have it recording you. You know, if you're snapping really quickly, if you're just literally picking it up, moving it, putting it down, like they love a quick and sudden
Yeah,
movement.
yeah.
So when they do that, they're like, oh, what they doing? Why was that so
Right,
quick? What's
literally.
going on?
Yeah, that's
That's what
good.
they mean when they're like, it stops the scroll, it disrupts the
Right, that's
scroll.
good.
Like that's what they mean. So it's like I think people think of, oh, this hook got to be good, and yeah, the hook definitely got to be good. But if you're doing something sudden, at least you're catching them for
That's good.
like 2 or 3 seconds. You catching them, so keep them there. You know.
Yeah,
So
that's really good. So I love how you mentioned delegate. That's
yeah.
something I wanted to talk about and dive into tonight. One thing I did want to talk about is I know that you said you help your clients be able to show up authentically without burning out, and so I want to know, what does that look like, showing up authentically while also trying to make sure we don't burn out.
So this is the thing. You have to know your bandwidth, right? So what can you do in a day? So if you're a busy CEO that don't have enough hours to give for the day, what can you give? So let's say you're like, oh, I can just post me typing on my laptop. I can create a B-rolls, right? Of
Right.
me doing things that I can just maybe you have 10 minutes of B-rolls and we can chop that up,
That's
right?
good.
Throw a hook, throw a POV over it, and boom, that's your content.
That's
So
good.
if you can't do any face to face, start with just the B rolls
That's
until you're
good.
like, okay, bet I can add a little FaceTime action. Okay, let me hop on. Start with your stories. You know, not too much now. Start
That's
with your
good.
stories.
Yeah.
Practice on your stories first. Okay, hey y'all, welcome. Like
That's good.
start there.
Yeah.
You know, a creator I follow, and she just said this, which I thought was so cute. She was like, put some sunglasses on. If you don't want to see yourself, put your sunglasses on. You gonna be
That's
cute and fly in
real.
sunglasses,
That's real.
And
Yeah.
she was like, put the sunglasses on and chat. Start talking, you know?
Yes.
And it's literally it's like I always say, the stories are fun. Like they're okay. They're gone in 24 hours. Ain't nobody gonna come back
Yeah,
to
I
it.
like the
Okay.
stories. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I love a story. Start there. And then if you feel comfortable and you was like, okay, I want to add a little razzle dazzle to it, throw it on the page.
I love the little razzle dazzle to it. I love how the way I'm interpreting this is that you are making it easy by giving like simple, tangible steps
Yep.
that
Yep.
people can do to even just grow into a consistent routine.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
good.
That's literally it. Like, because
That's
it's
good.
really all about consistency and then consistency long enough. Because
Right.
sometimes we think consistency is like 2 days a week, and then we're like, oh, I was consistent for a week. It's like, okay, that's cute, but let's be consistent for 3 months and see what the
Exactly.
data looks like. See what that looks like, and that's why I said don't delete anything because one, Instagram don't like that. And then also there was this whole thing about not scheduling your content because Instagram will push it to the bottom of the pile. And Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, debunked that. He was like, you can schedule your content.
Okay, you
It's
know what? I needed that right there because somebody I follow has said, don't schedule your content. But if I'm being realistic, me not scheduling it makes my life so hard because I got all
Yep.
these things I'm trying to do. Like even for today, like in my mind, I was like, girl, you should have just scheduled that dang flyer so you didn't have to
Yep.
think about it. Okay.
Yeah. Because then when you think about it, guess what? Nothing gets done because now you're like, oh, this not done. This not, I gotta add this. I gotta take that off. Oh, now this
Literally.
looks crazy. Now you feel like your face lopsided. Like, girl, cut it
Literally,
out.
yeah. Because it's so funny because as a content creator and a videographer, I'm doing everybody else's videos, and sometimes like mine goes to the wayside. And so I was like, realistically, how can we create content with ease but also consistently? Once
Yeah.
again, I found something I like. I like podcasting. And that's something I tell people is like, what do you like doing? How do you naturally, how do you naturally showcase your gifts? For some people that might be writing. And that's where it comes in. Like you said, you can do a B-roll video and you can literally do like a whole B-roll video of what it is that you're doing, whether you're working with a client or you're just experiencing life. And then use that writing skills to be able to do a voiceover behind the scenes. You ain't even got to you don't even have to put your face on there and talk. But like for me, I genuinely enjoy podcasting and conversations. And so I was like, you know what? How do I make my content consistent? I come on here 2 days a week for at least an hour. And guess what? Now, because I'm trying to build my YouTube, now my YouTube has at least 2 hours. Now I can also break that up into reels where I have
Yep.
more than enough content to keep pushing stuff out where I'm consistent. And I made it very easy for me to be able to manage. I think that's something that I'm getting from what you're saying. Like, number one, allow yourself to adapt within your own schedule. What's your capacity? What can you do? I told one of my clients, I said, look, I said, before I asked him what he could do, I said, do you have one day a week where you have 1 hour to yourself? And he said, yeah. I said, okay, cool. I said, what I'm gonna tell you to do is that's the one time that you spend just focus on some content. I said, don't overthink it. I just want you, if it's something specifically you want to talk about, just dedicate that 1 hour. Because what I had to learn is that a part of me being consistent and doing content is treating it like an appointment. It's an appointment.
Yeah.
Because
You literally have to schedule. Like, I have schedules like in my calendar, and I'm gonna do you one better with that.
Go ahead.
Is if you have an hour, maybe do 30 minutes of shooting a B-roll. And then but you need a break in between, because between the B-roll and after, take a little break.
Yeah.
And then come back and write the caption, and then find your cover reel or whatever you feel like you want to keep there.
Yeah.
And that's it. If that's what you can give, because batching content in one day, insanity, don't do it unless you love that insanity. Unless you do.
I will say the one time I know it works is when they hire me. Like, just hire me. Let's spend 5 hours together, because that's what I do for my clients.
Yeah.
We'll get together for maybe like 5 hours or maybe 2 hours, depending on like what we need to get done.
But that's set aside for it, right?
Exactly, yeah. And we will not pre-schedule. We'll work out our game plan on like what does our script look like, and then once we come together, we record based off of what we already planned. So we plan it for the edit, and then at that point, then I just do the edits, send it over. Now they got a month worth of content. But you know, when you're doing it by yourself, get a little challenging.
Because then it's hard. Now, like, imagine you have your day of B-rolls. You're shooting your content. You're exhausted,
right?
Then you forgot to eat. You didn't drink no water.
Yeah.
Now you're over it. So why continue? Like, this is okay, Tom. I did what I had to. You got to praise yourself along the way.
That's good.
Like, we can't just keep burning out every day, running. It's like, where's the rest in between?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if you give yourself that time, then yeah.
So outside of just content, within your professional career and life, have you experienced burnout, like on the job? Like, I know before getting into being in this position, there was a position before this. So where in your life could you pinpoint like when you experienced like some severe burnout?
Oh man. Okay. So this was so actually it was it 24? I want to say July of 24, really. I was working 2 full-time jobs. And my days didn't end until maybe like 8:30 p.m. every day.
Oh, wow.
And I was getting up in the morning, and I was still trying to go to the gym, child. So I was still trying to be
wow.
Like,
shout out to you.
And then I was doing the things, and I just kept going. When I knew things hit the fan, my job had election day off. I didn't vote that day, and I went to work. Like, I went to work on a day off. I said,
Oh, wow.
No. Thank you. You see how you were like, okay, sis? Yeah. That
didn't make sense to my mind.
I had to ask myself. And then I had my therapist then, so I was like, girl, something not right. Like, I got to figure this out. And it was developing depression, anxiety that I didn't know was existing. Like, I think I was it feels like something kind of off, but I got things to do. I'm gonna keep going. I got goals to meet. So that's why I really talk about burnout a lot, because I'm like, oh yeah, I was there. I was absolutely there. I was in burnout in my business before I took a break and then rebranded and came back, and I experienced burnout in my job, before going into full-time entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I've experienced burnout, and we literally like to push it back, like, oh no, let's not. Because my therapist really had to be like, girl, what is your capacity? She's like, before you even answer yes to anything, do you have the capacity?
That's good.
And if the answer is no, let it go. Okay, girl.
Yeah. and that's something I've been getting more comfortable in, because what I do appreciate is that, you know, opportunities are coming in very steadily. But I've also had to realize, like, I don't have the capacity for everything. So recently, there was a post that was made on Facebook, and someone was looking for somebody to potentially do a movie, and so people were tagging me, and so I was like, okay, I'll make sure I follow up with the woman just so I can have a conversation. And as we're having the conversation, I asked her, like, you know, what all are you looking for, and yada 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 yada. And so she was telling me, like, what she was looking for within the movie, and I was in my mind, I was like, oh, this would be so cool. And that's kind of where I would get caught up in the past. It's like, oh, this would be so cool. I would love to do this. And then I had to tell her the truth. I said, this is an amazing idea, but I don't think I have the capacity to commit. And I don't want to start a project with you, and then in the midst of it, I tell you I can't finish it or execute it. And now I've broken the expectation and the trust that we could have established. And I said, I would rather be upfront with you now and tell you I can't do it, versus me trying to do it and then failing forward. And so she appreciated that I actually told her, like, no. But I did plug in, like, but you know what I can do? I told her, you know, what I do for my clients. I said, if you want to market the movie, if you want to do, like, you know, some pretty much that batch content, I call it my VIP days. If you want to have like a VIP content day where we record content and we do the marketing aspect, I said, now that I can commit to, because that's more of a shorter time frame versus the movie. I have too many things that I can't show up effectively. And so another thing that I told her was, you know what, well, let me look and see if I can find somebody who's better suited for the job. And I think that's something we need to introduce into conversations. I think that there sometimes is a form of pride that we feel like we have to do everything, or we have to be the ones to take the credit for something. And that is oftentimes where the burnout comes in, because it's so much that there's no partnership in it. There's no delegation in it. And so I told the lady, like, hey, let me find somebody who I can possibly delegate this to, or even if I'm not in charge of the project, let me find somebody who can actually commit. And so I sent her some sources. And just again, to elaborate on that topic, when we think we can do everything, that to me is one of the greatest mistakes, because doing everything is how I've led myself to burnout. And I think that that's how we get into that place, because we're taking on too much, not realizing some of this stuff could have been handled by somebody else.
Yeah, no, literally, because when people ask, like, how do you know you need an intern, or how do you know you need a VA, or how do you know you need anything? The second you start thinking that, like, the second it crosses your mind,
that's
it's
good.
the second you're like, oh no, I need to find this right now.
Yes.
And also, like, the tasks that you don't like doing anymore, like me, I don't love email marketing. It is not my favorite thing to do.
I feel
and I'm okay with that. And when I had my intern, she loved it. She was like, oh, I'm gonna create these newsletters. I'm gonna do the things.
Yes.
Do the things. We got her into Flowdesk. I said, this is your world, baby girl.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, that's what I loved having my intern, because, and one thing she said is that, like, I give her the will to be creative. Like, if you're in this industry, you can't be bogged down. You can't be like, no, I'm gonna give you the time and opportunity. I'm like, all right, girl, what you think? Because my thing is, we don't know what's gonna work
until you try it. That's good.
And the thing is, okay, girl, you want to start this series? All right, bet. How are we gonna get this done? How are we gonna execute it? We're gonna talk through the process. Okay, maybe not that. Try something else. And then we'll work that out. But yeah, you're gonna know when it's time to delegate. Those tasks that you don't want to do, hand it on over. Let it go. Release it. And let me tell you how much of a peace of mind, peace. Hello.
I understand when they say the peace that surpasseth understanding, King James Version. I understand it now this year, because I had to hire 2 VAs. I was like, I can't, because it was so much coming in. I was like, I cannot do this on my own. This is too much for me to manage. And like, something I realized is that, as much as I have started, I'm like a chaotic organizer. Like, I'm organized. I do like to have some organization, but it happens in a very chaotic way. But the end result is we're organized. And so I have understood I really don't like a lot of admin work. I don't, genuinely. I want to be in front of the client. I want to be creating with the client. I want to be coaching the client, but I don't want to do a follow-up email with the client. I
Yeah.
genuinely don't feel like doing that. That feels like something else, somebody else's job. And so I ended up hiring my VAs. Oh, you okay?
Sorry.
No, you okay.
Definitely forgot to plug this laptop in.
Look, I understand. Because one thing this app has let me know, you need to have that laptop plugged up because it's going to mess things up if you don't.
Right.
But yeah, so I hired 2 VAs, and me personally, it was kind of outside of my comfort zone because I was so used to being the person at my job that was pretty much getting the instructions and the assignments. I was like the VA. And so what happens when you get into a position where now you have to delegate? Something that I've learned for my own self is that being a delegator means you have to show up even more. Why? Because people are looking to you to lead them. And if you are not giving them, proper instructions on what you want them to do or have the vision, then they just going to be walking with their head cut, chickens with their heads cut off because they don't really know what they're doing. And so I've even had to, delegating has challenged me to show up more effectively because I also realize, they won't show up properly if I don't do it, myself.
Yep. And that's where systems come into play. So systems, boundaries.
Yeah.
Because, I've had clients where, people got my phone number, people got my email. Now people are messaging me on every platform. No.
I love that.
No.
Yeah.
So creating the boundaries is so important. So I use Slack for my boundary setting.
Yeah.
And I set my Slack. These are the hours to reach me unless it is an emergency. I probably am not the person you want to call in that emergency.
I feel that.
But call the 911 and then
that.
maybe call me after to let me know what's going on.
Let me know what happened. Yeah, I feel that. You're funny.
But no, boundaries, that's the piece. The boundary is going to increase the peace. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The boundaries got to be set so the peace can be there.
Yeah.
Because me and chaos, I don't do it. It's so funny because I consider myself type A in certain things, type A with my calendar, type A with what I need things to look like. I don't like typos. I don't like, stuff like that. But then I also feel like I'm also a type B person too. So I kind of what's the in between? I
feel like I'm in between. I feel like I'm more so type B, but I feel like there's a part of me that's struggling. They fight each other. I feel like part of myself, my identity be fighting each other, and it'd be a struggle. The creative in me versus the logical person in me, because logic, the logical side of my brain is actually we have to do things in order. And a part of that stresses me out because there's also this level of perfectionism that comes in okay, it has to be this certain way. I have to everything has to be a certain way for me to be okay, let's move forward. And I will say the Holy Spirit has been breaking that off of me, not having this mindset of perfectionist because it's so funny if we go back to the realm of content. Most of my viral videos were not my most well edited videos. Most of my viral videos, my hair wasn't done. I just got on the camera and said, God told me to tell you what he told me to tell you. Let me tell you what he said. Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why I say post it anyway. When this is not, post it anyway.
Yes.
Post it anyway.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You really and truly just don't know. But post it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, content creating. Let me just tell you about it.
Yeah. And another thing you said, so as I'm listening to you, I'm over here creating a whole little framework. So you said bandwidth, you said boundaries, and there was another B you said that I had in I should have wrote it down. But I'm going to go back to my bandwidth.
B-roll, because that's important. We love the B-roll now.
I love these two thoughts of understanding your bandwidth and what is your capacity look like, and then also understanding what your boundaries are, because I do also think in business, oftentimes when you're starting off, you might have this lack of boundary, and something that I've done is I kind of mirror myself looking at bigger corporations and understanding they have boundaries. They have certain hours that they operate from. You can't go to a store if they close at 10. You can't go at 10:30. They're probably doors are closed. We're not letting you in. I went to this one store and they didn't open until like maybe 10 o'clock. I think I was there at 9:50. The employees was walking in and they happily said, ma'am, we don't open until 10. So you
Yeah.
can't come in until 10.
Yep.
I said, no worries, my bad, big homie. I sit right here. I'm chilling. But I even realized that for myself, that I've had to adopt boundaries. Oh, I remember the other word. Bandwidth, boundaries, and balance. When I think of you, those are the 3 B's I'm gonna think about: bandwidth, boundaries, and balance. And so even in business, like I was telling my best friend before the podcast, I had told her, usually on Mondays I have a hard boundary of no human contact. I don't want to talk to you humans outside of Bible study at 8 p.m. I don't want to talk to any human. I just don't, because I talk to humans every day, and I get very, very overwhelmed when it's a lot of activity. And so I use Mondays as my restorative day. Maybe I'm cleaning, maybe I'm relaxing, maybe whatever. So yesterday it did not go like that. I had some unexpected things I had to do, like within my house, blah, blah, blah. And so my day just didn't go like that. So this morning, I got a text message from one of my clients saying like, hey, I got to cancel the photo shoot. I had another thing on my calendar that I realized was not supposed to be on there. And so I had made the executive decision at 5 a.m. I said, yeah, none of this is happening. Nope.
Yeah.
All of it off the schedule. None of this is happening. I'm going to relax. And the old Ashley would be like, freaking out, very anxious, like, Ashley, you can't do this. Like, the business is on your shoulders. You got stuff to do, da, 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 da. This Ashley is like, no, that's why I don't overcommit or overpromise my clients anymore. I be realistic with them. That's why, even as a photographer, I have to let people know there's a time frame of which I'm going to get this back to you. And it might not be, it's probably not going to be 3 days. Let the Lord be on your side. And Jesus has risen. Maybe I can rise with him too, but it's probably not going to be no 3 days. It's probably going to be a good 7 days to 14 days at the minimum, because I had to recognize, like, I have so much going on. If I don't set the stage for the boundary, then they're going to have this unrealistic expectation, and I'm not going to meet it because I'm not going to be able to show up and execute. And so, like today, I told myself when I took a little day off, I said, we going to regain that Monday. And we're going to relax. And we're not going to respond to any text messages where I won't feel bad about it. And I think that's the best thing that I can say for now is, like, I didn't feel not nan bit of bad. I was like, I get to them when I get to them. And
that's the thing, resting without boundaries. I mean, resting without feeling guilty.
Resting without feeling guilty. Yeah. So before the podcast, I was telling you, like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy about this podcast. I feel very good because I rested.
Yeah.
Imagine, sis, if I would have did all those things, who knew if I would have been as present as I feel right now?
And everything was working on time. We started on time.
We was 20 minutes early.
Was working. Listen, God said I'm gonna show up, and we're gonna be right here. Okay.
Yes.
Wait, one thing you said earlier that I wanted to mention. You know how we talked about being social? It just came back to mind. Using an emoji, I meant to say this too. Using an emoji as commenting is not engagement. So, like, solely just dropping some hearts, some fire emojis, that is not an engagement. That does not count an engagement.
Because you're right, because there's no conversation.
No conversation. So the algorithm don't think you're a robot, because what is this? You know what I mean? Now, if you say your 3 to 6 words and then you follow it with an emoji now, okay. But one thing I try to challenge people is, if you don't have anything to say, those 3 to 6 words, anything to say, share it, repost it, save it. Do something else. Do another action.
Okay.
So it actually, and this is a genuine action, not because you feel like, oh, it's my friend's post, I'm going to do all the things. Genuinely do the things, because that's going to count when they look at their analytics. Like, who saved this? Who reposted this? You know, how many this, how many that? Like, that counts for something, so they can see what the analytics and see what resonates with people. But yeah, emoji alone, it's cute, but it's lazy. It's lazy. Sorry,
Ouch.
I had to.
Ouch. For the ones in the back.
And I've done it, so I can't be I'm guilty too, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I know when I'm being lazy though, so I know I'm like,
That's
I don't
good.
really say nothing, but I want to just drop this there. But especially if it's a business page, I'm gonna write some words. And also, there's this thing called comment engagement. Go under people's posts, like people do in the shade room. The shade room jokes. that people do everywhere else.
Yeah.
Literally comment,
That's what,
genuinely
yeah.
engage under people's comments because they don't think you funny. Oh, this girl funny. Let me see what she talking about on her page. Follow. Okay. Literally one of the ones that I remember, and I was cracking up because I've been following her for a while. She's this she used to be called Thrift and Tell. Her name is Aisha, and I love me some Thrift and Tell. Like that was before she changed her name to Aisha because I was like, oh no, Thrift and Tell is my girl. And she posted like, listen, I went to this store, they closing out, but this sunglasses was $100. Like, make it make sense. And I wrote underneath it, I said, listen, if you closing out, everything got to be 80 to 90% off before I purchase anything. Or 100, like, give me, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that. So that I have mad people liking it, laughing, all the things because I'm serious.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what I mean by a lived experience. Like, that alone, that I could put over a POV, a hook. That's it because people understand that lived experience.
Yeah.
You know.
And nope, I don't want to cut you off because that's really good.
Oh.
What else was you about to say? That was really good.
No, I was also gonna say too, like another lived experience is like, you know, when you're typing, you know, like you somebody's typing and you're doing a presentation and you start messing up, you start doing typos and you're like, I promise y'all, I know how to type. Like that's a lived experience
That's
too.
good.
When you're reading out loud and now you stuttering, but you ain't
Now
never
you
stuttered
stuttering,
in your
but when you in your head, you won't be stuttering. I be reading that Bible so good. Front of the church, I be like, oh, let me start over. Let me.
Yeah. And that's a lived experience because everybody understands it and it resonates. It
Yeah.
sits with them and they're like,
That's good.
I understand this. Like, yeah. So that's
Let me
it. When
write
you
that
think of your
down.
hooks and your POVs, the lived experience is like something relatable and lived. And be like, if you're a millennial, talk from the millennial point of view. Like,
That's good.
as a millennial, that's da 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 da. Like, people want to know what the millennial got going on. Like,
Yeah.
everybody knows the millennials are for the boomies. Like, we boomerang everything. I love a
Yes.
boomerang. Okay, and we
Yes.
gonna boom till ever.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I had to write down a lived experience. That was good. I had another question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where that question disappeared to because, oh, yes, I do. I remember it now.
Okay.
So something I wanted to ask you because, once again, I do content creation. I even do it for my clients. One of the things that I would say I struggle with is I can't stand doing the caption at all. I like to create the video. I like to edit the video. I like to watch the video. I don't like to do a caption. So if you could, what is your strategy behind making captions?
So you can start off literally with some of the hooks that you've already started saying. Like, so literally the hook that you're like, how do I explain this? Some of the hooks that you already started your video with or in your text on screen, it's literally start again with some hook like that. So it doesn't have to be the same hook, but what's relatable to that hook, right?
Yeah.
So you can start there. And then I usually just kind of let it flow. And then once I like let all my thoughts out, then I throw it into Claude because me and Claudette, that's my girl.
I'm screaming Claudette.
I throw it into Claude and then I always add a call to action. So whether the call to action is, people always say they don't want to be told what to do, but on Instagram, they want to be told what to do.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So always end it with a strong call to action. Sometimes it doesn't have to be long. Like sometimes I test both. Like I'll do a short caption, then I'll do a long one. But if I'm giving out lists, you gonna get this list. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I always start with like a hook related to whatever the text on screen is, right? And then the call to action is, either follow you for more, whatever you're following you for.
Yeah.
Or if everybody's using ManyChat now, so comment this, comment that. But also ask the community, what do you feel like this should be? Even add the little poll at the bottom. Like those are actions that people are going to take.
See, I like the polls. And I was thinking I want to utilize more of the polls because one thing I do like about social media is it allows me to do some easy free surveying. And that's that's actually something I was thinking about when you mentioned the going to people's comments and comment engaging. I do think that we forget that is another way to engage because if I'm being honest, like I was one of those people, up until last year, I was one of those people who post and ghost. And one of my other guests had let me know, post and ghost. I was a post and ghoster. I post, and then I'll be wondering why people are not engaging because I ain't engaging with y'all. And so last year, I just feel like the Holy Spirit told me, like, girl, engage. And so what I started doing was, like, I like graphic design posts. I love, like, humorous graphic design lived experience. And so I would start going through the different posts that are literally, aligned with what I like. And I would go to the comments and I would just start engaging with the people. And then if they said something that I liked, I would go follow them, or I would reach out to them. And one thing that I have broken off as far as like my culture for social media is I don't have to have 80,000 people who I follow, and I don't follow these other people because I got to have this number looking bigger than the other number. My mindset is if I like the content that you produce, or we have some kind of like synergy, I'm gonna follow you back. Like I hate that, there's been this mindset that there's follow, no follow. I'm a follow for follow, girly. I'll follow you back because I'm interested in you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's actually, girl, you doing the thing. So whether you feel like you in your head, you already doing the thing.
Look at Jesus, okay.
You already doing the things. It's just if you feel like you're not consistent, figure out what consistency looks like for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you doing it. Like
with the podcast, I feel like, we consistent out here with the pod.
Yeah.
Definitely consistent. I would say for me, where, like I said, the captions are the things that kind of annoys the crap out of me. Maybe I need to start.
Practice too.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep practicing it. So let it flow. Like, don't try to be like, oh, I'm trying to break this up. Like, literally just let it flow. Sometimes I got all the typos, whatever, and then I'll throw it into Claude, and Claude will give me, and I'll be like, I really like that, but I get what you're saying, and then I'll remix it a little bit more. Yeah. Like, this is the thing. We are in the age of AI. AI is here.
Yeah.
Utilize it. Like, the problem with, like, not even the problem. We need to adapt AI into our systems, our practice, because it's not going anywhere.
Right. As much as I don't like some of it. I can't stand this is my tangent. I cannot stand AI pictures. They irritate me as a photographer.
Girl, I'm not even a photographer and I don't like it. Like one of my friends.
AI videos. Like when people like use their AI character instead of themselves, I'd be like, no, I'm not watching this. I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
Let me tell you, I have a friend. I saw his flyer and I responded. I said, who's that person on the flyer? Because that is not you. Like, why? And why your face look like that? Like, I'm not even a photographer. I'm not anything, but I cannot stand that. I'd rather see the plain old Canva template that you just give me that, but do not give me those AI videos and those.
And if there, so my thing is, because you are absolutely right. AI is not going anywhere. It's here. It's in there like swimwear. And so obviously, I do agree that it can be integrated within our systems. I also feel like we have to remain true to ourselves and our brands. And so something that I've been noticing that drives me crazy is some people's flyers. The thing is, you don't have to be the greatest person to make a flyer. Some of the flyers that I see, they look like the same flyer that somebody else put out. You just got different words and different pictures. What I will say is I have seen some flyers that I think has some AI in them, but I love the fact that it looks so original and custom to that person. But when I see the same like brownish, goldish background with it, I almost pulled up a flyer, but I ain't gonna put them out there because I don't know this lady like that for me to be putting her out there. But it be driving me bonkers.
And I get it. Maybe you want to start somewhere, but also Canva, you can start with the free version.
Canva's still undefeated. Yeah.
Yeah, like start with the free version of Canva if you don't want the pro. Like, it's still free. Like, start there. Like, start there. That's it.
Please. Because Canva is still undefeated, and I love the diversity of Canva. I went on there yesterday. I don't even use Canva. I use Adobe. But I went on there yesterday, and I was like, man, I just love these little templates that they have. Versus, like I said, I think for me is when you say the word authentic, I like to be authentic. I like for my stuff to look like me. And even with everything that I offer, I want it to be real. Like my videos. My videos, you're never going to see me do an AI video ever in my life in the name of Jesus. No, I'm not going to do it. Because I want you to experience me. Because in public, what you going to experience? Me and all of my richness, but ghetto-ness at the same time. I want you to experience all of me as I package it. And even if it's not the greatest package, like I said, we're doing the live experience content. But AI is a tangent I can go on. So I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. But, and I always say, like, use prompts. like there are some certain prompts that you can use. Prompt your AI, train it a little bit to speak for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like I don't use AI for like I use it when I need to use it. Like so I'm not
Yeah.
the person where I'm asking how are you doing every day and chit chatting. Like I'm not that's not how I'm using it.
Yeah.
But I'm using it when I need to show up in my business
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, now you and use it to help you create ideas. Sometimes you don't have anyone else to talk to. Let's say you don't have a mentor and you just need someone to just help you get going,
Yeah.
flow again. Use it like that. You know what I mean? Use it as the coworker that it should be, you know?
That's
The
good. The
one the coworker that
coworker.
you actually like.
I don't
You
want it to
know,
be
the
the
one that
owner, but the coworker.
yeah, right. A coworker. Literally, use it as that, you know, and figure out which one. Like if chat is one works for you, cool, use that. Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, Copilot, find the one that works for you and use it. Like,
Yeah.
and then yeah, use it, but don't let it think for you because
That
it's
part.
not gonna think for you.
And that's the part where I am very cautious. Because like I said, I feel like I'm one of those. I'm not anti AI because I do like AI, but I'm also
Mhm.
like I am very cautious with AI because I believe just as we have things that are created for good, it can be used and
Mhm.
it can
Yep.
ultimately kind of destroy us in a way because
Yep.
something that I noticed with like the younger culture is that they're not even writing papers anymore. Chat or whoever is writing the paper, and it takes out that experience of being able to think. One thing
Yeah.
that now, what I will say when it comes to AI is I like to think first because my first partner is with the Holy Spirit. Actually, I like
Hello.
to spend time asking the Holy Spirit, "Can you give me something? Give me some ideas or whatever the case may be." I want to get
Mhm.
it directly from God, and then, like you said, I'll use AI as my co-partner, and I say,
Yep.
"Hey." I like to tell AI tighten up some stuff, because
Yep.
for
Yep.
me, AI is like my little assistant. Look here, tighten this up, make sure my grammar
Yep.
good, because
Yep.
I
Yep.
overlook it. But one
Yep.
thing I never want to do is I never want to replace my ultimate source, thinking that
Yep.
chat is a source, but it's just a little bit of a resource. Because I do think that some people are falling prey to the enemy schemes. I do feel like we got to be cautious
I might have
because
to turn on my light for this one. Hold on.
go ahead, you could.
Let me put the light on. Oh, look at that. And
There
there
we
was
go.
light.
There we
Okay.
go. And there was light. Okay. But I feel like, as believers, we have to be very cautious and discerning because
Mhm.
I think it's so easy for us to
Yeah.
start using chat in a way that it shouldn't be used. Like, for instance, I've seen videos of people saying like, yeah, I'm gonna go to chat as my therapist. I'm gonna tell chat all my business. And I'm be honest, like as funny as that might be, that's also a little dangerous. I'm not little. That's also dangerous. I
Listen, there are I was just I've seen this happening a lot lately where we're trying to get to it's like in the weeds of things. Like there's people, let's create a cult like community. I don't want to create no
I
cult
feel
like
that.
nothing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people been saying that and it just I'm like I
People
can't
say that? A cult
yeah,
like community?
cult like
That's
community, yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, why do I want to cult anything? Like, I don't want
Right.
no cult. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. So there people are just kind of using the things, and because it sounds cute and it's attractive, that's what it is. But just like I don't curse. I
Same.
don't really want my songs to have curse words in it.
Same.
Like I don't
Same
curse
here.
anymore. So it's like, and that was like it don't feel right. I'm like,
Right.
it feels kind of strange. Like
Yep.
I don't really like it. So it's like you got to stay within your means. You got to stay within your faith. You got to stay
That's
within
good.
your own. Yeah, like you're true to yourself, like
Yeah.
literally
That's
yourself, and
good.
forget about everybody else. Who needs to be with you is gonna ride
It's
with
gonna
you.
be with you, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, just like with friend circles, like whoever's supposed to be in your circle will rock with you. And if they're not, that's
Yep.
okay. I think that's the best thing that I learned about social media. I had to embrace that everybody's not my audience and
Yep.
it's okay. Because I remember
Yep.
my auntie used to say, a while ago, like years ago, she was like, "You always post about Jesus. I love it, but sometimes I swipe up." And I said, "And that's okay,
And that's
because it's somebody
okay.
that's gonna need what I got to say, and they gonna listen in, and it's totally okay." And I think we also have to keep in mind, like, just because somebody isn't interested in what you do, it doesn't mean you're being rejected. It's just
Yep.
you have your own personal community. I'm not
Yep.
interested. So, some of the videos, my friend sends me, I'll be like, why did you send this to me? I don't understand. And then there's other videos I'll be like, oh, you get me. But like, I'm not interested in everything. Like yesterday, okay, please don't kill me, viewers. I didn't watch the basketball game. I genuinely didn't care. I'm happy Michigan won, but I didn't care. I was watching something else that I actually wanted to watch,
I mean, and you okay.
And I went to the University of Michigan. And so once again, they could crucify me, but just know honestly,
it's okay because
I was happy to hear they won.
I was say I made a bracket and I only check every 2 weeks, couple days. Am I winning? Am I getting somewhere? I had Arizona win.
Uh-huh.
So, and then I had UConn winning for the girls. So I was like, oh man, because UConn hold them down. But
it's funny. I didn't even know UConn was playing until Resurrection Sunday when I went to my grandma's house and she told me. Didn't even if I'm just throwing it out there a little bit more. Didn't even know Michigan was playing. I think because I am so focused on my world. That is not in my world. Literally, my world is eat, sleep, business. It's a lot going on. I'm building stuff. And so if it's not in my initial interest, I'm probably not keeping up with it.
No, I feel that.
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, we're going to follow what we're interested in.
Right.
And that's just really what it is. Yeah, that was funny though, because I literally was like, I remember one time I didn't care about the bracket at all. And I think I was like second place. I said, oh, let me find out. I'm good at this.
Yeah. So are you good at it?
Girl, no.
Oh.
I was terrible this last round.
Oh.
I'm not.
Well, that's okay. You got second place at some point, so you were.
At some point.
maybe the Lord just don't want you to get so focused on it. I don't know.
It could be that too. But let me tell you though, Resurrection Sunday, I was at church. We entered a raffle because I served for 2 services. And I served on a team that I'm not usually. I was on that team before. I'm no longer on that team, but I serve for them because I always help them. And I won 3 meals to be prepped for me.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, if people know me, I could cook all the things, but I do not like to cook. It is not my favorite thing to do at all. But if I can have somebody cook for me.
I love that for you.
Listen, when she said, oh, you can have 3 meals. 3 meals? Child, sign me up. And I'm so excited.
You know what? It's weird because I like to cook, but if you ask me, I like to be cooked for. Why do I say that? Because I am the friend and daughter and family member on Thanksgiving. I'm pulling up with my plate. And I'm coming. I told somebody, I said, man, whenever God bless me with like a relationship and a family, I don't even know if I'm ready for that day. Because does that mean now I have to cook for the family? And I gotta like
a chef is happening. A chef is when I tell you there are things, a chef is happening. Because God is going to make a way because a chef is happening. Because we both just gonna be staring at each other.
Look, I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to warn them up front. We gonna stop by the family's houses. Sure. The family dinner that we'll have is after we've hit all the family houses. Because I am a traveling holiday person. All my people know, like literally Resurrection Sunday, I had 3 different plates from 3 different houses. Thanksgiving hate to see me coming because I'm going to at least 4 or 5 different houses that I know I can count on for some good feeding. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, so when I do get a man, how this gonna go? We gonna go to his family house? Is he gonna have it? We gonna have to talk about some boundaries up front. Yeah. Like, let me let you know, I've been a house hopper since I got a vehicle, and so I'ma still be I don't know. Maybe we negotiate that.
No, maybe the Lord will
he might. I think the Lord. And that's why I'm single, guys, and that's why I'm okay where I'm at. The only reason, and it's a side note, the only reason I've been like, yeah, go ahead and bring your son down, Lord, is because who gonna take this trash out? I'm sick of this. I don't want, who gonna cut this grass? Yeah. I need manual labor. And then I started changing my prayers. I said, Lord, even if it ain't the season for me to be in a relationship, just bring me some of my brothers who don't mind doing helpful stuff for their sister. Come cut this grass, please.
I'm gonna just say this. I prayed for my husband one time. And the Lord came to my mother to deliver the message to me that I should not be looking for anyone and I should focus on the Lord.
I look.
And I said, listen, Lord, you ain't say nothing but a word, okay? And I said, well, move on with my life. We've been in peace since, okay?
You know what's funny? It's so funny, like with the women that I interview, we always kind of like divulge into this part of the conversation. So I'm gonna stay here before we wrap up, because we'll be wrapping up soon, guys. If you got to get off, I'll talk to you later. But I want to stay here for a second. So I told my mom the other day, I said, Mom, majority of my life was me wanting to be with somebody, whether I was single or in a relationship. It was just this desire, like I want to be with somebody. And so I was kind of basing a lot of like my decisions on what I was doing based off of, I want somebody to choose me. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to be in the gym because I want somebody to see me. It was just like all of these things, you know, attached to like, I want somebody, right? This is the first time in all 31 years of my life that I'm like, no, I'm okay right now. And I thank God that he took this worry, because it was like this worry and this anxiety that I had about having a partner. Now I have this, my faith is like, you know, God, I trust you in your time, and that if that is something that you're going to provide, when you provide it, when you provide that, you know, I trust that you know when I'm ready. But I also feel that the Holy Spirit, he knows us. God knows us. And something that I realized is that I think God knew I needed a break, because one thing that I was doing was I was being a caretaker for the men that I would talk to. And long story short, I just realized that my perspective in dating, my perspective and just myself, it was all wrong. So right now I'm in this place where I'm doing like some reconstruction. Like the Holy Spirit is reconstructing how I see dating, reconstructing my desires. Like now I'm like, if y'all want to date me, go ahead and court me, boo. I'm Bridgerton out here.
Hello.
Okay.
Listen, we just have to know our worth.
Yes.
We just have to know our worth. We have to know that God already has a plan for us. Like it's predestined. Like,
It's predestined.
He
Yeah.
already knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and I think, and one thing about me, I love my own company. Like
I do too.
listen to me, like I love it. Like I was like, dang, maybe I love my company a little too much, like, you know. But I like to do solo dates. I enjoy the things are like, dang, I've never done this by myself. Oh, I'm gonna do it by myself.
I'm gonna
Like,
do it.
especially traveling. Like my friends already know, child. If I'm saying I'm going somewhere and you not with it, okay, girls, see you later. And I'm out of here. Like it's to the point I don't have anything planned for my birthday this year, and all my friends are like, okay, that's not gonna. But it's just like this year, I'm just not really thinking about it.
When's
just
your
like, you know what,
birthday?
I'm in a different season, May 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just not thinking about it. And by now, I would have been had set like sent an invite like crazy, because I'm just that person about my birthday. And I'm like,
We the same, because I actually am thinking about my birthday. I'm thinking about it.
what is yours?
Mine is July 15th, and I got a
Okay.
birthday buddy on July 12th, and we already then started cahooting about what birthdays look like. But I was watching I was watching something earlier today, and I saw this all white function, and I was like, oh, a nice little all white something. I don't know. I'm still pondering on it, but I'm one of those people who I'm very big on my birthday, because like
Yeah, same.
I love me. Like I love my birthday. But it's so funny though, last year, instead of, because usually I like to have like some kind of party, but last year, instead of doing that, people were asking me like, what you doing for your birthday? The only thing I wanted to do last year was give myself a photo shoot.
Oh.
And it was amazing. And then I relaxed. I that's how I knew the 30 Club hit different, because I really just like
yeah.
relaxed.
The bones start just the body. Yeah, 30s is fun. And yeah. But I do love it though. I feel like it gives you a sense of maturity, gives you a sense of growth.
Yeah.
You treat yourself better. Like you step into yourself.
Yes.
Like you realize that I am worth more than what
That
the
part.
bare minimum. Like,
That part.
I'm just, you know what I mean? Like 30 just feels good. Like
Yeah.
yeah. So.
And that's how I felt going into 30. I literally had this mindset like, I'm 30 years old. Like, whatever that little childish stuff that I was entertaining in the 20s. And I feel like it really is a mindset shift. Like, I do not care about that stuff
Yeah.
anymore. And now, like, you know, just being in my 30s, going into 32 later in the year, like I said, I feel this satisfaction. I also
Yeah.
feel this, going back to what you said, I have this peace now because I'm
Yep.
not chasing after that desire that I had. It's like, no, I
Yeah.
trust you with my desires, Lord. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I keep telling people I'm a passenger seat princess. I'm just princessing my way through this 2026
Yeah.
year. Whatever you have for me, I did put
Yeah.
on my
I'm
vision
here,
board some
man.
things I might want, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever you have for
Oh,
me.
that's so funny that you mentioned a vision board because every year I create a vision bingo board and I like because I like games. Like I'm a game girly, like I
Same.
love a good game, like sign me up, you know? And I created a vision bingo board and it's like something that people can use throughout the year, or you can break it down where if you want to keep it more social media content wise, you can create it in a sense of, okay, bet. I did a B-roll today. Okay, I rested without guilt. You know, just different things that you can check off your bingo board and feel like, okay, I got a hang of it. And then if you want to challenge yourself, like take it up a notch. You know what I mean? Extend it out. Like it's like I felt like that bingo board was something that I created that I love, and I was like, I gotta tap into this more and really, yeah.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. That was unexpected, but I know that was God. Because one of my other guests that
Mm-hmm.
I talked to like 2 weeks ago, she did a bingo board. And the Holy
Okay.
Spirit gave me this idea to do an event. I think it's going to be a virtual event right now,
Mm-hmm.
where we do bingo boards. And I
Yeah.
just realized, like, you know, one thing I was thinking was literally just was the goals, but you just
Mm-hmm.
added the content. So now I'm like, okay, Laura, you might be putting the
That's the
people in
and
place.
you know what's so funny? I'll send it to you, but I can send you the one that I created for
Yeah.
the presentation I did yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, I created that one, and it was simple, like real cutesy. I like typed up everything I wanted it to look like, and because I'm trying to get into creating dashboards on Claude, so I've been kind of tapping into that, and I deployed it in like another site because I'm not a tech girly, so still trying to learn my way through.
Understood.
But I deployed it there, and it's doing the things, and you can click, click, click. So I was like, okay, I see this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's fun. Like I like that. And what I do is like I tested it on my friends before I even like created content about it. And everybody loved it, and I actually held everyone accountable. So by the end of December, I'm following up. Okay, you just said this on your
Wow.
bingo board. How's your bingo board
That's
looking? The
good.
goal is to get 3 bingos in a row for the year. If you do
That's
that,
good.
if you're doing it for the month, you might want to get all of them
Yeah.
for the month, or as how many you feel your desire is.
Yeah.
But that's my goal is to get 3 bingos in a row. Now, couple years, some sites have been dismantled, but we got some
Some
bingos.
sites have been dismantled. I'm screaming. That's funny.
So yeah, that's a good
Definitely
one.
want you to send me your
Yeah.
bingo vision board. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because apparently this is the second time this has been brought to my attention. And I was like, I feel like this is something like, you know what? I'm not going to give all my thoughts away to the
Yeah.
audience. Stay tuned. But
Right.
I do
We
want
can even partner, collab, do a little thing.
you
Hello,
picking up what I was dropping because I
hello.
was dropping it. I was hoping you picked
Listen,
it up.
oh no, I picked it up. And the thing is, my three words for the year is collaboration, innovation. Ooh, what's the last one? Collaboration, innovation. I can't remember the third one. But let's go with those two right
I
now.
love that.
Collaboration, innovation. Like those, like between that, I'm like, I've been working on collabing with more people that's seeing the vision,
Yeah.
understanding that has a good heart, that's genuine. Because like we talked about earlier, like we're not doing this alone. I'm
Right.
building out, we're
Yeah.
building together, we're building with people.
Yeah.
My friends know I'm the plug on resources. Like if I got the resources, you will have it, you will
Yeah.
know it, take it. Like so, child, I'm gonna give you the resource because we don't gatekeep over
I
here.
feel that. Literally, that's the whole intro. We don't gatekeep at
Yeah.
all. We're not a gatekeeping community. We want to invite you in the community and share what all we have, with you.
Yeah.
So that leads me to my final question that I like to ask every single person. And that question is, I always want to leave with a mindset shift. So if you could give the audience a mindset shift, thinking about where they are now and where you will want them to be, what's the mindset shift that happens in between?
Ooh. I think I will say, as far as like social media goes, let's bring the fun back in social media. Let us actually enjoy collaborating and just enjoy our process, because the process is always going to be the process. So like
Yeah.
enjoy your process as you're going, because it's so important to lose yourself along the way, but you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So like just find your own lane and stick to it. Create your own lane for yourself,
That's good.
and then other people are going to follow you. Other people are going to say, "Oh, I seen this. Oh, I seen that. You doing a good job." And also celebrate yourself along the way,
That's good.
because you're creating a new way. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be cringy. Some of the videos you may shoot, it's going to be cringy. It's going to look weird. If you're in public, it's going
Yeah.
to look weird. But the more practice that you do, the better you'll become. And you're not even go, maybe somebody gonna look at you and you just gonna be laughing because it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because you already know the plans that is set for your life.
That's
God
good.
already ordained it. God got you. And if there's nobody else that don't got you, God has you. And
Yes.
that's all you need. So
That's
yes,
good.
create your own lane, stay in it, and just have a ball, man. Just enjoy. Smile again. Literally. Smile
Yeah.
again. So yeah.
I love create your own lane. I have a quote that I created some years ago when I was in college. I said, "Don't wait for the opportunity, create the opportunity." Because
Yeah.
sometimes we limit ourselves by thinking we have to wait on something to happen. A lot of the stuff that I've built, it was literally I built it with what I had in my hand, and it
Yeah.
just evolved into something else. So I love the create your own lane, and I also love that you are leaving us with the thought of enjoy it. Like enjoy this process. Don't beat yourself down in the process.
Yeah.
Like enjoy it. That's what it's
Yeah.
for. It's a journey we're on. That's good.
And then people resonate with happiness. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? People are like, "Oh, you having fun over there. You look
Yes.
fun over there. Like,
Yeah.
enjoy it. Like, just chit chat.
Yeah.
Enjoy the people. Like, I'm a people person, so
Yeah.
like I'm an extrovert, and I feel like a lot. I think this is something from God too, because I've been encountering a lot of introverts. So I feel like I need to learn how to maneuver with introverts as well. And I think there's a lot of introverts in my industry, in my
Yes.
niches.
Yeah. Cause the
Yeah.
shy algorithm. Yeah.
Yep. So
The,
it's something that's also I'm leaning into. Like, okay, I can't come so strong all the
right.
time. So I
Right.
gotta, and
Yeah.
still show up authentically. So,
Your literally your audience are the introverts.
yep.
It's so weird because I feel like I'm in between. Like as I get older, I'm not. Yeah, I'm both. I'm an extrovert in the streets, but I am an introvert as soon as I get to the crib. I have a
Hmm.
social battery. My friends know me. They know when that social battery runs out, I gotta get jet home
Yeah.
because then I'm gonna be a jet to holiday if I don't get home. Cause I know myself. I've learned.
Yeah.
Was something I learned about myself is pay attention to your body. That's why I
Hmm.
have these boundaries now. Like, I don't have the fear of missing out anymore. When I'm ready to go home,
Yeah.
I straight up tell people, "Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I love you, but
Yep.
I gotta go home." Because I
Yep.
I know how I get when I'm tired.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yep.
say you. I'm gonna say you the
Yeah. I
dismantling of
that
your
that,
character.
that FOMO stuff left me. I don't even. I barely have. I feel like I'll have that with concerts now lately, which is so strange because I'm not even like a concert goer. But then I'm like, I don't know what that was about. But now I'm it's coming back down. Like, girl,
Yeah,
you all right? You don't
yeah.
got no money. They got the money. They be all right.
She said, "You got the money. They got the money. They be all right." So, before we wrap up, I do want to ask our live audience if there are any questions that you would like to ask her before we conclude today's episode. If so, please go ahead and write in the chat any questions that you might have. And so, Emily, I want to know, as I wait to see if they have any questions, I want to know from when it comes to you and staying connected with you, where can the people reach you? What's your socials, information, all that good jazz?
Yeah, so my Instagram is EKS_consulting. You can reach me there on Threads, on Instagram, and it's the same for TikTok. And I'm also on LinkedIn, so it's under Emoni Smith. Where else am I on? And then if you want to reach out to me via email, info@eksconsulting.co. So yeah, I'm everywhere. So I'm a respond. I'm a responder. So like if I see the message come in, I'm a respond. If I didn't respond, it's most likely I didn't see it. It got hidden somewhere. Blame social media, not me.
I love that you said I'm a responder. I
I
respond
am.
to you.
I will. Like, and it's so funny because I've had a couple people reach out and I set, some time up with them. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so glad you responded. And I'm like, people really just don't respond.
People don't
Like,
be responding. Yeah.
always responding. Yeah. I just think it's rude. I don't like to be rude.
I definitely think it's rude. The only time I haven't responded is if it was like a weird reach out, like
Yeah.
outreach.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But we know the weird ones.
yeah,
So.
yeah. But typically, I try to make sure I respond. It might be 5 to 7 business days because I just look. I can
Be
respond
honest with yourself, though.
I can respond in the comments, but the DMs be a lot because like I said, I love my friends, but if I were to show you my messenger and my Instagram, all the videos my
Oh, I
people
know.
send me, I have to literally set aside time to make sure I go through all of the videos
Yes.
because it's so many. And so with
Yep.
to alleviate my anxiety, I'd be like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna do that when I can. And so sometimes like the DMs go to the wayside for maybe a day or two, and then I get to it. I try to check it, but
Yeah.
you got to know
Oh,
yourself.
I remembered my last word of the year. It was gentleness. That's probably why I forgot because I ain't
That's
never
good.
gentle with myself. But I'm working on it.
So what is okay? This is for real. My last question. So
Okay.
because I love that word gentleness because I haven't been gentle with myself. So what does that look like with being gentle with yourself?
When I thought about where I was going through depression and anxiety, and I had to show up and make sure that I'm not overworking myself. So gently, like literally just gentle. Like I don't have to feel like I'm doing everything everyone else is doing. Because if it doesn't feel right, I don't need to do it. So
That's
like
good.
let me look at this content. Okay, how does this feel? Let me ease into it. Like I love a slow morning. I love like that's what it's just peace. Like just kind of floating. Like let the day go. And if it's like kind of how you were saying, how you were like you canceled everything, if you need to cancel all your meetings, and sorry y'all, I can't do it. And you do not need to explain your no to anyone. Like that's gentle to me. Like that feels good. I'm like, okay, I feel good today.
Even the way you said it, it felt very gentle. Now I feel like I gotta kind of whisper, like it was really gentle. And you know what you just said, the slow mornings. Now I feel like I have to be like calm when I say this. But seriously, like today I had a slow morning and I was like, this is lovely. And it was like the morning felt like it was going by kind of slow with me and I enjoyed it. And I was thinking like, okay, now how do I adopt this into like a daily routine of having this morning that I can ease into instead of rushing? Because like even like I said with the podcast tonight, I didn't feel like I was rushing or that I was trying to do things last minute. It was like nope, just ease my way into it, and it felt good. And even I feel like I even have a little bit of energy afterwards to probably not do some work, but I'm gonna send an email that I know I need to send. But I love the gentleness, and I feel like if I were to copy and paste anything to my life, it would be that. I want to copy and paste being gentle with myself because that's why I get stressed out because I be so hardcore like.
Yeah. Sometimes we just too rough with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like I'm a rough person. Like I just be like why girl? Just be gentle, calm down.
Yeah.
Like I gotta talk to myself. Like girl, relax. Just
That's good.
Relax. So yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for joining me for tonight's episode. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I felt like it was perfect timing for what I needed, and I pray that somebody else has been blessed alongside. I know I did get a comment in the chat that said that this was awesome, and so I just once again want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for the audience for tuning in every Tuesday and Thursday. Join me on this upcoming Thursday where we'll be talking about grief alongside of God's plans. How do you grieve what didn't go right according to your expectation, but it was all a part of God's plans ultimately for you. And so with that being said, guys, I love you, and I will see you again coming next on this upcoming Thursday. Peace.
Let me.
Oh, go ahead.
One more thing
Go
I just
ahead.
want to say is thank you for being obedient to God's calling. Thank you for. I know it might have been uncomfortable to meet with so many people
It
about
was.
this podcast, and you said it, and I literally was like, God blesses the people that are so obedient. And thank you for just like, I don't know you from a can of paint,
That's funny.
but you could have told me that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yeah, girl, that's Ashley. Like, we gonna share her content. You gonna pop on. You gonna do this. And
Yes.
just like I shared it with my friend Joy. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she
Enjoy.
was on the
Yeah.
platform. Yeah. So, literally, thank you for answering the call, and God bless you, girl. Like, I'm so glad to just witness this. So, yes.
I needed that. One of my friends told me yesterday. She said, I need to mirror your immediate obedience, and I was like, it's crazy because it doesn't feel like that sometimes. It feels like I just be like running with the stuff that he gives me, and sometimes I kind of like. I be having a tough time, but you know, I think that the Holy Spirit really wants me to hear this because he keeps saying it through different people. Like, thank you for your obedience. And so I do want to say, like, thank you for saying that. And I'm just grateful that God even trusts me with something like this. Cause you know, I don't take this lightly.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I love it.
It's so funny. Cause I was like, peace. And she was like, well, what
Right.
day? So
And I was like, hold on, I gotta say this one thing. Cause I didn't feel right not saying it.
yeah.
It's gotta happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what we said before the episode, we want to flow with the spirit, not quench the
Yeah.
spirit. So
Hello. And he's already invited, so.
So you know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do? I'm gonna do something different this time. I'm gonna let you let us out.
First of all, don't do me that, please. No, but no, I had a great time. I'm just excited for this journey. I love this, girl. So continue doing it. I'm rooting for you. I'm always gonna be rooting for you.
Same here.
Especially if you on the side of God, like we rooting, sis.
Yes.
So everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you everyone for just joining. I know, here I go. Might as well. Thank you for joining. Catch me on the next one. Right.
I think how I'm gonna start ending the podcast. The doors of the church are not open. We welcome you to the altar. If you need deliverance, let us know. In the name of Jesus, I say amen.
Amen.
All right, peace, y'all. I'll talk to y'all on Thursday.